Hey, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Dressed up as Father Christmas and we ventured over to where? Wales. South Wales. Me and Stewie got out for the day and to be honest, it's been a little bit of a while to be honest. We've both been ill recently and nice to be back on the mend, mate, eh? Rod in hand. But
2 months, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 months off. But yeah, I think everybody's got a bit of the flu or COVID or whatever else is going around. There's loads of it going around at the minute. But on the plus side, it's Christmas, so hope everybody's had a good year fishing. It's been quite slow for ourselves, but hopefully with the Christmas break coming off, we can see a few fish out. But we're up here today. We've decided to come up, dress up silly. I mean, it took me about 5 minutes to get changed. I don't know how long it took you. But yeah, we're up here anyway. So we're deciding what to do. We thought about maybe going Plymouth or maybe going around Bristol Channel on the English side, and then we decided, what the hell, let's get over to South Wales. So we've come over to a mark known as Friar's Point. In beyond where we are now is literally Gavin and Stacey land. And you Gavin and Stacey fans on there is Barry Island, basically, with all the funfair and that. Absolutely very easy mark to fish. I mean, you're out the car and you're fishing within 5 minutes. I wish we had this sort of venue down our neck of the woods, really, innit? You mean, most of the venues you've got to come to find the fish out, really, you've got to travel to, but it's a bit like Babbacombe Pier, I would describe it, innit? It's a bit like walk on, walk off, but instead of walking on for a whiting or two, you've got a chance of catching a ray. So, yeah, here we are. So, Stu, what your setup today?
Fishing with two pulley dropper rigs, baited with squid on one, bluey and squid on the other.
Yeah. Targeting. Anything was that?
I like a blonde. I know it's getting a bit late in the year now, but
always got a chance, I suppose.
Blonde rays are almost like, that's what South Wales is all about for a lot of
this
people.
time of year now, I think if it's a
if I
little
get
bit
spotted,
late,
I'll be happy enough. Just
I think
as long as the dogs don't turn up in numbers, I'll be fine.
No. I'm open for a cod, so I'm fishing big, solid baits and open to see the cod out. Or go big or go home, I'm afraid today. 8 hooks and big, juicy squid and bluey baits. The rain's just starting again, which is not fantastic. I mean, we've been unlucky for the last hour or so. But yeah, let's get into the session, see how it goes. I think Kevin Durham's going to join us for the evening tide. It's about, I don't know, hour into the flood at the minute, would you say?
Yeah, we're early.
Yeah.
We're well early.
So we've got the mark. As you come up to the Friars, there's loads of places to fish, but we're slightly sheltered from the southwesterly where we are today. It's, believe it or not, I know there's no wind here at the moment, but it's probably 15, 16 mile an hour.
If you go up there,
yeah, you'll feel it on the top as you're casting. But anyway, as the rain hits, get some baits out and see what the session will bring. So here it is. It's the well-known Friar's Point, and right out in the back you've got Flat Home and Steep Home, and you've got Sully Island to the far left. So yeah, condition-wise, it's southwesterly. There's a little bit of a disturbance out to the right-hand side of us, but it's fairly flat. And incoming tide, who knows what's going to happen. Now, just in the back on the left-hand side of there, Nels Point, and went into Baits to Go in Cardiff earlier on, Jason Whibley, and went in there to pick up a few bits and some baiting bits and pieces just to get out for the session. And yeah, it was quite interesting, really. Nice shop. If you're around the area and you're looking to pick up your bits and pieces and that, I'll definitely pop in. And yeah, great supply of everything really, lines, leaders, hooks, everything you need really for a session in South Wales, and it's right on the doorstep around here. It's about 20 minutes from here, which is on the way over the bridge for those coming from England. And yeah, it's ideal. So my setup, I'm fishing with a pair of, what have I got on there? Dower Sea Line sloshes, and I've got £20 Sport on there at the moment. Loaded up with an £80 shock leader, and I've got the Zircon's XT3 435 tournaments, and they're absolutely lovely ones. I changed over from this year from my Zip Lexes, and to be fair, I love them. They're very light, very powerful, 14'4", absolutely perfect for the type of fishing we're doing here today. We've got bags to right with, obviously just trying to keep the gear dry really, so I bought my Berghaus bag, so I can put the cover over the top, and it's just easier, and it's nice to, there's enough rocks to sit on here. So to be honest, Stewie's bought his box and it's not very far away really, so it's one of them really, but plenty of rocks to sit on, and hopefully shouldn't be sitting down very much as that tide starts coming in. But I'm hoping for a cod. Ground wise, it does call out rays. I mean, I know a lot of the lads come over here to venture out, and a lot of the local lads come over here and specifically target the rays off here today. For me, I would not necessarily want to come over here for a ray. I mean, we can do that on our own doorstep. I'm going for a cod. You know, I mean, it'd be really nice this side of Christmas. Today we are the Wednesday before Christmas, and you are watching this on Christmas Day. Hopefully, it depends if we get any fish or not. But if it is what it is. At the end of the day, guys, you can only try. I mean, the tides could be better, could be worse. But we've got building up to the springs now, and you can only give it a go, can you? So waterproof's on. We've got the reed gear. As always, very top quality, and it does the job at the end of the day. You want to stay dry. Good set of boots I can recommend. Of the rock hoppers or the grubs. They want studs this type of fishing really. It can get quite wet-footed underneath you. Last thing you want to do is slip and fall. But I'm going to go and set up another rod now, put another bait on, try and get some of my sand deal before it goes. I mean, he's bought a packet of sand deal, one packet of sand deal. He said to me before we come to, he said, I don't need no sand deal, mate, I'll just use squid and bluey. He gets up, he sees a nice one packet of sand deal, like nice massive ones, and I'll get a picture now because he looks like he's getting carried away. He's going to walk in and show you, I think. Go on, give him a little touch, give him a touch of that. Look at that. Lovely. Screaming out blonde. But I hope he gets one, but yeah, let's get in the session. We have Stewie Norris. He's walking down to reeling his rod. As you can see, it's not particularly flat down there. You've got to have your wits about you a little bit. It's just normal rock fishing really. But an hour ago we were walking down and blasting the baits off from the reef below. As you can see, the tide's starting to come in a bit now, so we'll be able to take advantage of the rocks behind us. Get those baits out there, fingers crossed. It'd have been nice to fish off the point itself, but we decided to come back in the bay just for a bit of easy fishing really. Comfort at the end of the day. Nothing on that one, nothing on that one. Right, here we go. Still got his hat on, So, I'll give him his due. That looks nice. Look. A couple of smaller hooks on there, look, but nice sandy with squid bait. There you go, sir. Fishing drop down rig. Now, haven't you? I'll give it the magic touch, mate. I have, yeah. Magic touch. Would you do it sometimes? You do a bait, you think? That's the one.
Sometimes, but not often.
Does it ever pay off?
Dear.
Here we go. A bit of fun for Christmas, isn't it? It's been a slow year. I mean, as a lot of people know, I'm a builder as my main job, and we've had an absolutely just busy year. And I mean, it's been absolute job after job after job after job after job, which is not what you want at the end of the day sometimes, especially life's not all about work, is it? But as for most of us, and I'm sure a lot of you watching this today will agree, it's probably nice to have a day off on Christmas Day. But I'm going to fish this a bit differently. I've got the sand deal there now, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically nick this a bit of squid here for him, I think. Cut 2 bits of squid off, slayed down the front. So what I tend to do, so my rig wise, I've got a pulley rig, and then I know this is very boring for a lot of you because a lot of people watching the video already know, but for those that don't, this is a pulley rig, okay? So I've done it quite long because I'm fishing for rays, and I've got 6 ounce lead, I've got an imp, 100-pound rig body, and then I've got the ISO Monster Catfish trace line. I like to use this. It's an 80, I think it works out about 89 pound in strength, but for 8.80 diameter, and it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, really, really good line. Hard to get hold of. I placed a big order a few years ago and managed to get like 4 or 5 spools of each. I use it for gilting. I use it for a lot of different things really. But it's what I tend to use for like when I'm targeting rays or cod or anything like that really. So that's that. On the end of that then, I've got 2 8.0 big guns on the end, and then so what I'm going to do is basically just put the back of this down the back of the sand eel's head and put it out front like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dress the squid around just to cover the line slightly. I'm going to nick his bait elastic because I nicked my sand eel. And then always leaving the hook proud. I mean, I'm a great believer in that. It's if you smother the hook, you're smothering the bite. And especially when you're targeting rays and stuff like that, you don't want to be doing that. So, have a bit of squid over the top. If I was fishing on my coastline, I wouldn't necessarily do the squid, but I find especially in the channel for some reason, it's a great bait to use. I think it's to do with like the chocolate dirtiness. It gives it a bit of more scent and visual, I suppose, with the whiteness of the bait. But at the end of the day, I think the main one, as you can see that now was dripping out, is the squid, which I believe is from Southwest Sea Baits in Plymouth. I think Jason goes to, but yeah, ideal. So there's that, and then literally got the top now for the penno, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to come about an inch above the bait. I'm going to wrap it around 3 or 4 times, right? And I'm going to put the bait around so it goes into the bait the opposite way round. So if the fish takes it from the other side, it's going to hook basically. I'm going to pull that tight, and that is the rig. So for any of you that don't know, 9 times out of 10 everybody is going to know. But as that's on the bait on the floor, the joy of using this rig, especially where we am today. At the moment, the tide it's not a very fast flowing tide. So as that's sitting down, as the tide does start to move, obviously that's going to be moving around with the tide. What I try to do is, as that's coming back out, is to set it now. So obviously, once the fish comes along and picks that bait up, that obviously pulls that into account. The fish can run, and when it gets to that stage now, it hit my lead. And then obviously I've got my ratchet set, which set the ratchets off my rod. Within seconds, I'm on the rod, and hopefully fish on. So that's that one. So I'm going to get him on now. I'm going to probably fish one rod for a minute until the tide starts coming a little bit more, and then yeah, hopefully get Geffen's in by then, and we'll have 6 rods out. See what the night will bring. But yeah, what time is it around now? 2 o'clock, half 2. Is it not 2 o'clock yet? No,
it's 12:30.
Blimey, me, the early one. We left. I think I picked him up about 7 this morning. At McDonald's at Plumpton, well he did, and then yeah, we ventured up, got to Jason. What time did we get to Jason's at?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. So yeah, been a long old day. Hopefully a lot more to come. Right, so there you are, Friar's Point. It's the main runway, so to speak, up to the mark. You've got various rock marks to the left where you'd be able to fish over high water. And we fished here many years ago, me, James Cook and Rich Albones, and then obviously got the point there. And the day we came up at 4, the point was quite windy, but I think we had a few other fish out on the day. I know James come back and had a few fish out, and I mean a lot of guys do tend to come up around these parts targeting in the fishing from around the UK. I mean, for anybody who wants to come to Wales to target fish, it's one of the main marks when they're in. You'll get decent fish out from, and as I said, it's pretty safe enough to fish. Good set of footwear. lovely day. Well, as you can see there, it's not been packed about. Not come across anything, is it? So the thing to do, another bait out, just get back out there. Bait presentation time. So yeah, ELBC time, boys and girls. So it's nearly upon us. After Christmas, everybody has started getting their rigs and gear ready. Obviously, Stu, you come up for the first time this year.
I am, yeah.
Yeah, you
finally gonna get myself up
you
there.
are, aren't you? So, well, what do you know about the event? Obviously, you've heard a lot through us and that, but
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, you invite me every year, and I always say yeah, and then for some reason or another, normally Norway gets in the way, and I've not been able to make it for one reason or another. But this year, I'll be going up.
yeah.
I mean, my brother has fished it actually.
Has he?
He fished it.
Is
I
it Andy
remember.
AJ?
That's Andy.
Yeah.
I remember when he fished it back when it was just a cod competition, and I think it was the Brit Open or whatever it was called.
How did he get on?
Probably blanked.
Did he?
Knowing him, yeah.
Yeah, bless him.
But well, he made the effort and went up there, and
I know a lot of people say it's always the locals what win it, and I'll tell you what, it was nice to see someone, an outsider, a visiting angler, win it the other year, Troy from Ireland, and it just goes to show, because it does go to show, some years you can go up there, and sometimes it can be hard work, depending on the weather and stuff like that. And one thing I think everybody's in with the same chances. That fish, because it's one single fish, can come up anywhere.
I think now that, you know, obviously there's no secrets up there really anymore, is there?
No.
It's far more open to everybody now than what it probably was 10, 20, 30 years ago even. I don't even know how long it's been going, but
It's been going a long time.
Yeah.
A long time, like, so it's
thanks to the internet, obviously,
yeah,
which can be very helpful.
Yeah, definitely. And to be honest, it's a joy to see when you go up there and you get guys from Germany, guys from Belgium, guys from like travelling from France. You know, you got guys from Portugal. It's like people travel from all over different parts of the world.
Are we going to be going in the clubhouse much nights?
Yeah, you're going to the clubhouse.
I'm looking forward to that more than the fishing itself.
Oh yeah, why is that?
Because
The clubhouse.
it's social, isn't it?
You like to meet the social, don't you? You like to socialise.
Yeah, get to meet a few people.
Well, hopefully you can have the same headache I've had waking up to a couple of mornings on the trip.
I don't drink, so you know, I'll just be drinking shandies.
But no, it's it's always something I always look forward to, and especially the lads they're all eager as to get up. I mean, we start making arrangements sort of like January time now, but I know a lot of the tickets now are going, so hopefully it'll be a good year. And obviously, what I would recommend to anybody that does want to go is to get in there early, guys. I mean, the website's on now. Get on the website, get your tickets booked, and get your accommodation sorted, because obviously it's a package. If you can get to stay at San Lamia, that's one I would highly recommend. I mean, absolutely fantastic place to stay. It's right on site where they hold all the awards and that, so you can have a beer. There's no taxis involved. You know, I mean, you haven't got. It's not like where if you go and stay in Bridlington, you've got to go up to the awards and that, and then travel back. You can have a few beers of an evening, bite to eat, and then some of you crawl back and some of you stand back, walk back to your caravan. So it's one of them, but it's always a fantastic atmosphere, and yeah, it's something I always look forward to taking part in. Tide's starting to pick up here now. Yeah. Hopefully we can do the business, but I've got a bluey and squid bait on that one. I've got a sardine, fresh sardine, what I brought up with me, what I got from Morrison's yesterday, and I've just stuck a whole one of that out about 30 yards just to try and persuade it back. But I'm not up here for the rays, me. I'm more along the line to try to get a cod or sort of a big bass or something along the lines of that. It's nice to see a few different fish out. No, you never guarantee it, can you? Never guarantee it, but we're up here having a go. I'm sure we'll see something out by the end of the night between us. I'm guessing Durham's on his way down now. The sky has just gone black again, so it's a shame really. But we've got the wet weather gear there. It's been alright so far. Just felt a bit drip come down there then. But yeah, Gaff should be about 15-20 minutes away, and not touched again. So get some baits out there and see if we can have a go. So a little demonstration. Your rig there, because you're using a different rig than me there, Stewie, aren't you?
I am. Well, because we originally planned to go witches, and being so high up, I decided to come out with pulley droppers, or I call them pulley droppers or whatever. So basically you've got a rig body with various attachments to it. Key one being these bent Gemini clips. So your system's set up so that you've got a swivel at the top, pulley bead. That clips onto the swivel. Tighten it up. And then you've got the Gemini splashdown to lock it in place.
Very nice.
When that hits the water, obviously it drops, and then you know when you tighten your line up that you're fishing a bait hard on the bottom, which is what you want to be doing for rays. That's my choice of rig today. I know a lot of people fish up here with the big pulleys and stuff, but because we were going to go witches and you're high up there, I needed to make sure my bait was on the bottom, so that's why I've chose that rig today. Put it back together again. Let's send it out.
Go. Right time.
You reckon there's something on that?
No. Nothing. I think I've been stripped. Nothing in ages. Nothing on there. But the water is starting to flood now, isn't it? So here we go.
Hey, he's packed up though, isn't he?
No fish on. First fish of the day. Was it weed, Norris? Is it weed? A little bit of weight there. I don't think it's a fish though, is it?
No.
There's a weed there, isn't it?
Bag.
Tea bag. only good thing about this is the fact that it's not in the sea no more, and we can put it in the bin. Isn't it right, man? But same again, getting everyone out. Going to do, guys, if we blank, Stewie's said that we're going to go and get on that big roller coaster to put a bit of excitement into our lives over Barry Island there.
You gotta be joking.
Right then, so it's turned into not a bad little afternoon, is it? I mean, the rain stopped for the last 15 minutes and darkness is just about to set in, I reckon. What do you reckon? I reckon we got another hour daylight?
Yeah. Something needs to happen.
Hopefully see if we can get fish out, because it's not good for a Christmas Day blankety blank. But we can only try, boys and girls, we can only try. So we go out with full attention. Sardines, pilchards, sand eel, squid, bluey. What else can you do? What else can you do? But I think Sidewinder's gone a little bit right. Yeah, over there. You keep looking at me to say what? We've both got us fishing spots. I'm casting right out to right towards Steepo. He's sort of like casting towards. Well, he's got one rod casting towards.
No, I chopped that one in a bit shorter and just put it out of the way.
And then he's got the other rod going towards Hinkley. He said he'd dropped it in short, but I seen him trying to pendulum it, so I thought he'd do.
What, in that little hole there?
Yeah, I seen him, mate. But it's Christmas. It's all about the banter. All about the banter. What are you doing for this year for Christmas, Stewie? Home?
I'm at home.
Yeah.
But I intend to be out fishing as much as possible.
There you go. You heard it from the horse's mouth. I've been trying to get him fishing for the last. I don't know. Let me turn this camera a little bit. I've been trying to get him out fishing now for the last, I don't know, 2-3 weeks. You got a bit in it.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, 2-3 weeks. It's got to be at least 3 weeks, isn't it? Isn't it?
I'm surprised you even know how to set up a fishing rod anymore.
I just watch YouTube, don't I?
No, last couple, I've been ill for 2 weeks. So, it's true.
I tried to get him out with him on a Saturday night and he was like, it's gonna hurt my throat. It's gonna hurt my throat.
I'm still not 100%, but I think, like a lot of people, it's just that nasty stuff going around, and
it's worse than COVID, to be honest, isn't it? I don't know if any of you guys have had it.
Yeah,
it's,
a lot of people getting it.
Huh?
A lot of people have been getting it.
Yeah, it's just sort of like sits. To be honest, I found it worse than COVID when I had it.
Yeah.
It's the flu, I suppose, isn't it? But a lot of it going round, boys and girls. A lot of it going round. Hopefully, everybody gets rid of it for bread, eh? Fingers crossed. But there's a few anglers over the cross. So we're on one of the outcrops, and what was that one there called? Nels Point. Nels Point is right opposite us, and apparently there's been some nice cod come off there. And to be honest, like I was speaking to Stewie earlier on, and you can see why, because it's where we're fishing here now. It's more ray ground. It's like clean clean ground going over to like
The main tide
yeah,
misses you, doesn't it?
It does miss you. Where on that over there, it sits straight across from you. The tide line sort of like comes out and then comes in. So, yeah, to be honest, it's a mark I'd like to try. Reading the water, if I've never been here before, it looks a better mark than this, but I don't know. It's one of them, innit? I suppose every mark fishes well on its day. But, yeah. Don't know where Durham is. He's supposed to be turning up in a minute, but he's still not here yet. But hopefully we can get someone out over the top of the tide, eh? Top of the tide.
You fished here before, didn't you?
Yeah, I fished here before. Friars, yeah. I mean, James Cook and Rich Albon's come up for a Welsh weekender. We spent 2 days sleeping in the where we parked the car. After a day, I needed a shower. So we went to the swimming bath to go and have a shower, to pay things. So we all three of us went in and we had a shower, and I thought we'd go and make use of the pool while we were there. And there was a mothers meeting that was like down, and there was like a bouncy castle thing. Me and James Cook had a race. Rich Albon, which was I'd done him right at the end. Yeah. He said, "What are you going to do? Are you going to dive in the water and jump onto the like rubber like landing?" I said, "No, I'm going right for it." So I didn't. I jumped in and then launched myself on it. He jumped in, hit the rubber, and then bounced straight back out.
Who, Richie?
No,
Cookie.
Richie didn't do it. Cookie, yeah. It was funny. I got to the end and I was like, I never looked behind me. I got to the end and they were all like, "Yay!" shouting and screaming. Bit of a moment. But I think Cookie, if he's watching it, will remember that. Rich Albon certainly will. It made the weekend, that. But yeah, for those of you obviously watching the video and stuff, there's loads of marks around here, guys. It's not rocket science. You can literally turn up to most of them and fish. A lot of the guys will help you out this side anyway. You only can aim for guiding or something like that. Especially if you come into this part of Wales, no need. I mean, the fishing is fairly easy. A lot of the marks, some of the low water marks, you've got a bit of hikes and stuff to get to, but like it's mostly like even the smooth out marks. It's easy enough. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Has he gone and done it? But it's most of it is straight out the car fishing. A lot of the venues. I mean, you've got like green light, white light. You've got Nose Point there. Sully Islands is one what I wouldn't go to. I wouldn't recommend them fishing at unless you know it. Obviously, you get cut off for the tide, so it's not one I would suggest. But you've got like Witches Point. The one main thing my suggestion of anybody coming to Wales and having to go for fishing is basically weather. That'll play a big part in it. So just watch where you are. Watch what you're doing. Obviously, if you've got big waves and big swells and that, stay away from some of the open marks like Witches Point and Ogmore Deeps and stuff. I mean, guys have lost their lives and that, but if you've got flat, calm weather, you can be in some real good fishing over there. I mean, they're not necessarily massive fish. They do get big small loads over here up to like 12, 13 pound. That you get like they've had blondes up to like 25 pound that I know of. I mean, good stamp of fish. Massive cod, obviously. I think the English side was famous years ago for its cod fishing, and obviously I think the British record coming from Wales, come from Wales still, yeah. But I think this side of the channel seems to fish better than our side now these days, doesn't it, for cod? The big ones, anyway. There's a few marks if you want a big one, you would obviously target over high water, but I don't know. I think the channel's changed a lot over the years since I fished it, back in the like 90s, isn't it? You come up here in the 90s, and what do you think, Stu?
Well, it's been dominated now by rays, especially this side.
Back in the 90s, you go out for a cod session, you're pretty much guaranteed to get one, wouldn't you?
That's the same as most of the noble cod places around the country. Cod ain't here like they used to do.
What do you put that down to?
Overfishing.
Overfishing?
Interestingly enough, if anyone's interested,
that's what I brought up for.
It's a bit of a lecture, I know, but I did read a paper a while ago, and what the gist of it is, basically they call it the gadioid explosion.
Yeah.
So in the 60s and 70s, there was an explosion of cod production. The cods were spawning well, and that resulted in massive numbers of cod, and that's what they attributed it to. Whereas the norm isn't that. No. The norm was a lot less, the stocks were a lot less than what they were during that period. So I don't know if anyone I also read that, but I read it recently. It was called the Gadioid explosion. I can't even remember where I read it. It might be the cyanide. I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting, though, isn't it?
It is really.
Because we all say, oh, back in the old days and that, but...
Well, you say back in the old days, but the ray fishing wasn't what it was back in the old days.
Exactly.
Ray fishing now, especially for all parts of the channel. I mean, you used to get the thornbacks there and stuff like that. I suppose you used to get the blondes, but to be honest, I don't think people used to fish for them, did they? It was more so everybody was cod mad back in the 90s.
Well,
I mean, especially down here.
If,
And obviously,
if you're going out
north east and that now,
slinging £2 a lug in the sea on your rod, you ain't going to catch rays.
You don't necessarily need to do that though.
No, but that's what people used to do, didn't they?
A lot of people go out and spend lots of money on lug, black lug, crab.
Yeah, but if you're going cod fishing,
you're
not fishing with fish baits, are you? You're not going to catch the rays anyway.
9 times out of 10, you want a big cod, it's going to come on a squid or bluey. It is. And you look at some of the accidental big cod what's come off from this side of the channel. A lot of them have come on fish baits.
Yeah.
People just out there targeting rays and stuff like that, and then getting lucky. Where obviously there's, I think, where was that one caught again? Was it Gold Cliffs, the big one?
Oh, is it Barry somewhere?
Was it? I'm sure it was come off.
I think it's here.
Nah, it's not.
Yeah, I think it is. I know his name.
Brandon.
Something Brand.
Yeah,
his name is.
Brandon, isn't it? That's his first name, isn't it?
Brandon. It might be Brandon.
Yeah.
He used to be on WSF.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was on Facebook as well. I can't remember his name though.
Yeah,
but yeah, he owns the. I'll tell you what.
Pound.
There you go. I'll get it out on my phone. I thought it was Gold Cliffs way.
I'm pretty sure it's Barry.
Here we go, guys. So, British record shore caught cod. I've got his name on the edge of my tongue then. It's not changed, is it?
You got it?
Brandon Jones?
That's it. I knew it was.
1996.
Yeah. £44.
£44. It doesn't say where. Mine's come up like that.
There it is. Barry.
Yeah, point. Something point, isn't it? But it doesn't say where.
I knew it was Barry.
Jones, Brandon Jones, isn't it?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, I got it up on the Angling Trust here. That should tell me a bit more, shouldn't it?
I'm sure we're boring everybody here.
Yeah, probably boring everybody, but Tom's Point, Barry. I don't know where Tom's Point is, but I would have thought it's probably not very far away. But do you know where Tom's Point is from here?
I'm just cute.
There you go.
Oh,
Full of information, this one.
They're all coming up in America.
Tom's Point, South Wales, Barry. But yeah, what a fish! I mean, you see fish out most years come out over the £20 mark over this side of the channel these days. I mean, I think you also see them come out that side of the channel, but it's I reckon you get a lot better depth of water this side of the channel than compared to our side. A lot of our side is low water reef marks. You get the high water marks, but they're nowhere near as deep as some of these marks over here. I mean, you go off of like Greenlight and you hit a bait out there, you can tell how deep it is out there. But no idea? Tom's Point, no? No? We'll have a chat with Geffen in a minute, and I'm sure he'll put us in the right direction.
It can't be.
It's not going to be a million miles away from here anyway, is it?
You've got Knapp Hill on the other side there.
You've got the Knapp, yeah.
You've got Code Knapp, what it's called, and then there's a point there, but it's called Knapp Hill.
Is it? I don't know.
If the locals might just call it.
Yeah, one of the locals will probably tell us a bit more on it. But Geff will be up here in a minute. I'm sure he'll show some light on the subjects. But let's get some more baits in, guys, and hopefully we can get one out.
They're all saying the same thing, there's no cod on the website. That's why we're over here.
Come up to meet
We
you,
went up there last year.
tell you I'm sorry. Me and Stewie Norris is going, where are we going? First point on Boxing Day.
We're
going Boxing Day,
I can't.
You told me you were.
He's getting nowhere.
Why you told me you was going Boxing Day? Lying to me. Right, boys and girls.
I'm sure you dread that.
Right. We arranged to go Boxing Day and now he's saying no. I'm going to have a word with Wendy later on.
I used to go out Christmas Day every year.
I'm going to have a word with Wendy later on. Don't worry. We're going to sort this out. Somebody said it was easy. Such a
I'm going back to the start.
Well,
Take that sniper. The sniper
That-
behind there can see fish.
is absolutely stripped.
Like 1 o'clock like.
Huh?
I thought you were going to go there.
No, you were mate. Got the pot.
I was going to put my box over there and sit back here.
All right, mate. You got your box there, and you? I'll sit on the bench.
Sitting on the bench?
Yeah.
Like that. Fuck you, Darren.
Well, we decided to have a quick change of venue. So we've the wind's dropped off, so we've headed over to the front side of the point here at Friar's. But yeah, the wind was forecasted up to 40-mile-an-hour southwesterlies, and it's dropped right off, which is absolutely perfect. So yeah, it's a little bit deeper water here, a few baits in, and see if we can get something out for the night. It'll get much easier than this. Completely flat rock. Boom. See if we can get one out then. Hell yeah! Here we have the Welsh Wizard.
Yep.
Got fish on, have we? Fish on! Get on, Stewie. Do you want to land him while filming, or?
I'll go down if you want.
Right now, look. It's on the front.
Oh,
That's
that's
it.
blonde.
That's not a bad fish.
That's a blonde.
Yeah. Oh, don't be snapped. See, if you have to cast over there, Jeff, that fish would found my bait.
Look at that, nice little bend on these T9s there. Come in.
Oh, man. I can feel it.
Hopefully, it's not the one what got away. Plane coming into
My line was flat on the ground.
Cardiff. Up there somewhere, I don't know if you can see him. There he is. Back to the fishing. Come on then. Stop playing around with him.
Don't know what that is. Didn't see a tree go past and play my tracks to do it. Back rows in there, right now. Probably has some weight there. Wrap this off.
So here we are. Let's get some baits out to go then. It's certainly deeper this side. So it's the first time I've fished this side. Every time I've come up here, normally it's been southwesterly, which is the second time I've been on here. Get rid of all that leftover bait. Alright, let's get something new on, shall we? Right, what we got here? I just put sardines on that other one. I reckon I'm going to go for squid and bluey, you reckon? Squid and bluey. Right. Oh, squid. Bit of bluey. What I'm going to do is cut his head off. What I'm basically doing is making ray baits and hoping to get, oh, you got a chance of anything up here in your cod, fawnback, blonde, big bass would be lovely. Right. So what I've done there is I've turned the bluey inside out by cutting it with a knife. Right, just turn it back over itself like so. Knife back down. To be honest, I got given that knife a few years ago, and I tell you, it was razor sharp. Lovely little knife. Can't remember where I got it from now. Some guy who was fishing next to it left me knife at home, and he said, "Here you go, bite. It's a nice little treat for you." I'm gonna try. What's the heavy last? There you go. That's better. It's quite heavy, that stuff there. I'm not a fan of it. It's right for eating if you use a big mackerel baits and stuff, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut this squid in half. Make two baits out of it. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the squid inside like so. Private ray bait really, but you get anything to take that. Right, 280 big guns, So I'll put the first one down through the blood end. To be fair, for us, I know it's a 2.5 hour drive, really, by the time you stop off and get something to eat. But the 2.5 hours, normally, by the time I get to a mark, it's going to take me an hour to get to. Normally an hour walk, so it's 2 hours. The next half hour I'm sitting in the thing, but it's quite pleasant. It's definitely worth venture over for anybody looking to do a spot fishing over the Christmas period, you know what I mean? In between Christmas and New Year. Have a go. Well, I don't know what that noise was, but it sounded like he had a whale one. He's still playing around with it. Oh, he's lost it. I think.
On the reef.
Yeah, I think he's had a big slackline bite and it's wrapped around the reef down there, unfortunately. Which not what we want. Lovely. Right, so we'll get that down there like that now. There he is. Lovely, lovely blue-winged squid bait. Just ready for my next cast out. Right, we're feeling a bit lazy today because there were 2 of us fishing. We've got one of these little bags just to keep baiting. Just keep it in. Zip it up there. To be honest, a perfect laster session. Good thing about that is you can put all the rubbish in there afterwards and just take it in and put it in one of the public bins. Job done. But yeah, we'll get him out in a minute. And hopefully we can see a fish out. Be nice, wouldn't it? Lovely evening. Look at that view. There's Stewie Norris bringing in first cast on this on the boat. Say your new mark. It's literally got a boat over. It took us 60 seconds to move. No wind, which is nice. Have you got fish on the water? Nope. 0 fish at the present. I was just speaking to a local a minute ago, and the local did say it's not been fishing well the last couple of tides, so in it to win it, innit? In it to win it. When did you get your sponsorship from Jack and Jones?
What's that?
Did you get your sponsorship from?
Straight from work, didn't I?
What, Jack and Jones?
Yeah, Jack Jones, man.
Jack Jones, baby. Got sponsorship through work. Where'd you get your sponsorship from? Stewie?
Nordic Steering.
I'll have a little shout out for the Nordic boys, eh? Go on, Stewie, you give it up for him.
That's catch some fish, Stu.
Yeah. He's been going on about his new sponsorship all night.
Well, they want me to go over there and fucking base myself there, but you know, they want to bring a traditional sea angling. So there's so many people in the UK that go fishing and don't catch fish. They can't understand it.
No. You're one of them at the minute.
So are you.
And so am I. Go on then, let's see a big one up then, the Met.
I feel a bit chubby casting from here.
Why?
So I want to eat you.
It's not very nice, is it? It's not very nice. I'm sat here, don't forget. You're going to have to
Sorry,
launch
love.
it.
Sorry. I didn't mean it, you know that.
I hope it takes his ever rod out. Cool, I'll tell you what, he missed my head from about 3 foot then. It's a nice hoodie. It's even got a logo on the back. For anybody who wants a new hoodie, that's the one to look at, isn't it? Hey?
Yeah.
Did that smell good?
Where have you got? Can you order them online? Can you? Or
No, you get sent them.
you get sent them
Yeah.
When you're special.
when you're special? Yeah.
You get asked to wear them, basically.
Do you? Yeah. Are you lying to me? How much did you pay for it?
I'm getting paid to wear it.
No, you're full of it. He's absolutely full of it, boys and girls. How much you pay for it? Come on. You should have said in a minute, 19.99. It's not a bad hoodie for 20 quid though, is it? How much was it? 40 quid? 40 quid.
Three coughs. That's 3 digits,
Yeah.
isn't it?
The middle finger was going up on all 3 coughs.
What you got to do to get one of these is you've got to actually catch a halibut over £50 in Norway.
Have you?
Yeah. On bait.
On bait. What do you think of the people that use live bait over there? They cheating then or what?
Oh, that's bang out of order, mate.
Yeah? How many of the anglers over there do you think actually go over there and they cheat?
About 90% of them.
There you had it, folks, the horse's mouth, live from the Welsh Rocks at Stewie Norris on Nordic.
Don't take my word for it. You know what I mean?
I've heard your stories, mate. I've heard them. It does surprise me because you get a lot of people what obviously don't catch a lot of fish over here, and then they go over Norway and they're like they catch lots of fish.
It's because there's a lot of fish in Norway.
What? Is it easy? Would you say?
No.
It's easy, is what you said, did you get?
No.
Go on, let's get on this. Let's get on this subject. It's be a bit of fun. This, huh? So it is easy in Norway, is what you're saying?
No.
It's like going to a carp pond full of carp.
No. Definitely not.
Oh. Do you think you could catch a fish in Norway with your eyes closed?
No.
Not with your eyes closed,
Oh,
no?
you might be if you chuck a lure out.
I reckon I could.
I'll show me a video of him doing it.
I'm only winding him up. He loves Norway. If for those that know him, he's not a UK fisherman. He's a Norwegian fisherman. He looks a bit Norwegian, you know.
Sasquatch.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got a bit weird back on him, hasn't he? Why we're not catching? We're just taking the mickey. So yeah. Anyway, back to the fishing.
Lack of it.
So, I'm going to bring the other rod in now. Well, sand deal has been smashed to bits. I'm on there a minute. Try and get one out there a little bit, wind the mags down a little bit on this one, next one. Cold hands. Right, blooming squid bait. get one out there then. But he's still trying. As the darkness approaches. Not even a dogfish. Not even a doggy. What is going on? Right, here we are, Stewie Norris with the first bite of the day. I mean, his rod tip actually moved.
Place your bets.
Strap.
Strap.
Dogfish.
I'm going to go whiting.
You're going to reckon whiting?
I think it's probably more a dog or a strap.
I hope it's a whiting.
I've got to say something different.
I'd rather see a whiting than a cod. I'd rather see a whiting than a strap or a dogfish. If there's whiting, it gives us hope, doesn't it, Gav?
Go back over bait.
Yeah. There's some whiting, there's bound to be a cod. Oh, I wish it could be Christmas every day. Right, so he's put his headlight on to step up to the account. Here he is, the one and only Mr. Stewie Norris, about to bring in the biggest fish of the day. What we got then, Stu? Oh, he means business. He's walking down to the water's edge. He's going lower.
Yeah, with the end of your rod, isn't it?
Getting carried away here now. More excited. So Gav said strap. I said dogfish.
Just dropped off, literally.
What was it?
I did see.
It was a fish.
Just popped off that now.
I don't blame him.
Yay!
Right. So here we are again. He's had a couple of nice little pull downs. It did look quite whitey, coddy, didn't it? Nah, it did look a bit rattly.
The overdose is going to be a shit fish.
It's going to be, I reckon it's going to be a white. No, I'm not taking the mick because there's one more fish than we've had out at the minute. So it's a joint effort. If you can pull one out, or are you going to let that? Were you waiting for something bigger to come along?
Well, if it's whiting's hooked itself, then I'll wait for something bigger to come and take the whiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Nah, just stop taking. Just
Yeah.
stop messing around with it. Hopefully it licked it and it's full up now.
You reckon? You're not reeling in yet then? I reckon it's on there.
If I see another nod, I'll have it.
Nod? There's a nod. He's on there, he's on there. Houston, we have a fish. There he goes. Oh.
Wait there. Yeah.
You want to get down and land it for him, young Gaff?
Oh, not right?
Nah, I don't think it's there. It's small.
Oh, get on, get on.
Down,
See?
to the left, won't you?
We're gonna have to stand up here, kids.
Watch my line.
Getting carried away here, he is. Getting carried away. Carefully does him. He's going down, down, down. Let Geff go down, Stu. It's a bit of a funny one when they both start walking away together, isn't it? You don't want to lose this fish. Could be the fish of the day. Could be the fish of the day. I said doggy dog. Doggy doggy dog. Wow 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 yippee yo yippee yay. Well done, Stewie. It could have been a cod. Hold him up for the table. Whee, he's going back in. Back to fight another day. Woof woof. Well, guys, definitely not a lot happening here at the minute. I mean, a couple of locals have walked past me and had a little natter of them. Speaking of Geff as well, obviously he's local. And with the temperatures over the last few days, it seems to be putting the fish off. It's I don't know whether they got out to deeper water or what's going on, but I know a few of the guys were fishing over on a mock not too far away from where we are now, and yesterday never had a bite, but 2 weeks ago we're smashing fish, so it goes to show not every tide's the same, and yeah, it's a shame, but we come to give it a go, and we will give it a go. I know this exact rock we're fishing off at the moment. You come in here at the beginning of the year and you come here later on in the year, like October, November sort of time, and you'll see all the blonde action you want to see, but unfortunately for us today it's definitely not happening. But to be fair, I said Stewie wanted to see a blonde out. I was happy to see a cod out, to be fair, or a bass, but yeah, not our day. But I hope you've all thoroughly enjoyed what we've done today. It's been a bit of a laugh, a little bit of a giggle. Ventured over to Wales to have a go, and unfortunately, as many sessions happen for all sort, it hasn't paid off. But that's why it's fishing. Can't win them all. But I'm hoping that everybody has a fantastic Christmas day. Merry Christmas from all at Single Adventures. It's been a bit of a slow year for us really, but we've been out when we can. But unfortunately, not enough as like we would have liked to. And I think sometimes, obviously, commitments come into play with our hobbies and stuff. And at the end of the day, the number one priority for everybody should be work and family. But yeah, I'm going to be enjoying a nice Christmas with the family, and yeah, looking forward to what 2023 will bring. But yeah, as I said, everybody, all the tickets are now on sale for the European Open. Obviously, it comes first come, first serve for the tickets. We'll get you accommodation with Sam and Mia, And for those who haven't got their tickets in yet, I severely hope and suggest you get in there quick and get them, because obviously once Sam and Mia's tickets are gone, it's gone. And to be fair, that's where you want to be. You want to be at base camp. Fantastic accommodation. I mean, the food has been fantastic here for the last few years, and obviously it's just the vibe and the buzz of everybody in the same complex, and just the atmosphere what goes on up there is just terrific. So we will get out between now and New Year and try and get something a little bit more spectacular for the fishing sort of side of things. We've got a few trips in mind, so hopefully we can do something and get it maybe for a New Year's special or something like that. But as I said, from us all on this very cold night, Merry Christmas. I hope you enjoy your evening and see you the next time. Some people ask what you see about fishing. Look at that. What a way to end the evening, eh? Fantastic sunset. And no fish.